Hey, Dan here. Today we're going to be working on 1995 Honda Prelude. Picked up some old Toyco coilovers. Gonna toss those bad boys in. There she is, 95 Honda Prelude. Been a little project for a while now. It's time to make her sit pretty. Yep, so the first thing we're gonna do is get the car jacked up safely. I prefer to use jack stands. I got Big Red here to get her up off the ground. Yep. The next thing I'm gonna do is strap on my fucking knee pads, because I'm old. And that shit hurts now. Can't kneel down on concrete anymore without pain. Alright. So, first thing I want to do here, hard to fucking see, but where these brake lines are attached, you want to remove that sumbitch, and then you want to take that sumbitch out over there, right? A couple of them, two of those bad boys. I believe those are 12 millimeter. Take those off. And then we're going to undo this bad boy down here. I can't fucking see. Right down there. And then you're going to take this one off. Loosen this on the horseshoe. But first, since this shit's so old, I'd like to tell you, I got this shit that I think everybody should use, if I can find it. Let's see, right here, PV fucking blaster. Get back underneath here. Give every spot that I gotta undo a little spray. Yeah, right. I want to be smart about it. This shit'll eat through that fucking rust and help crack that bolt without busting her. Anyways, I'll get right back to you. Alright, first thing we're gonna do is undo this guy and this sumbitch right here. It's gonna undo your fucking brake line, so hit those first. Then you got the bolt through the bottom here, so nut on that side. And there's a bolt end on that side, so you're gonna want to get a 17 millimeter on there. Do the socket on one side, wrench on the other. And you're not going to want to take that one out yet. Leave that one in. Take the nut off if you want. Leave that one in. Then you're going to undo the one on the side here on the horseshoe. Take that bad boy out. And then we should be able to pop this part of the horseshoe off of this. And then it comes apart. So once you do those, then you'll want to take out these three on top, where the top hat is. So yeah, let's have at her, and I'll get back to you. So first I'm going to tack that lower bolt. So I'm going to put my wrench on one side. Oh, this shit's old and rusted. So it's been a bit of a fight. That's why I use this shit right here. Oh. Sometimes you gotta sit down. Use your leg. Right on. Pretty good. Oh, geez. Piece of crap. Okay, no throwing loose. Use my 12 mil to get them brake lines off. You want to be fucking careful because you can bend them. Fuck your shit right up. Yeah, there we go. Lines are off. Now the one that tightens the horseshoe onto the strut give me a bit of grief on the other side. I'd use a little trick. We'll see if I have to do that or not on this side. This is your 14 millimeter. This one's a real son of a bitch on the other side. Oh, looks like I got it on this side right away. That's nice. Sometimes if you're struggling with a, some bitch like this, don't want to come off. You can use a wrench trick. Sleeve your big wrench onto the end of your socket. Gives you a little more leverage. So in this case, we're loosening it. So use that, just like that. Give you a little more fucking help get that fucker off there. Be careful. You don't want to bust it. Then you're dead. So I always like to soak everything I'm working on the night before. That way you got a better chance of getting that old rusty dog shit off there. You got it. Take that one all the way out. Oh, my. Yeah. There we go, got that rat bastard out of there. Down on the paper towel now. Oh. Before you take off the top 3 where your top hat is on the other side up there, right here, you know what I'm saying? That bad boy. You're gonna wanna bang that off of this. So you want this to come off of here. Just gonna get a rubber mallet and whack that, while at the same time keeping the lower guy in here. I want to keep that in for now. We'll take that out after we get those separated. I just noticed there's a tear in my boot. It's real nice. That sucks. Okay. Alright, I'll get right back to you once I loosen a couple things. Alright, so basically, you don't need a rubber mallet. I'm just talking shit. So you just push down to loosen that fucking horseshoe from the strut. So now we want to take the bottom bolt right out at the bottom there. So I'll do that next. Take the nut off. Get your rubber mallet. Whack that fucking bolt out. Get your hand underneath there in case it fucking wants to go on you. Fucking bitch. She's in there. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hanging on by a thread, eh? Nothing wants to go easy for me here. Alright, got that out. Just gonna put that down on a shop towel. Sometimes I clean all shit off with shop towel. You know. So now you should be able to push the fucking horseshoe down. Push down on your fucking motor. Get her out of the way. There we go. I don't like to wear gloves because I'm a filthy bastard. I don't give a shit about gloves, you know. Fucking gloves, you gotta keep putting new ones on. Just fucking use your hands. Apparently mouth breathing makes you uglier. New studies confirm this, apparently. And that's why I'm so fucking ugly. Yeah. Alright, so now once that's apart, you're going to take your fucking three, I believe they're 14 millimeter. You don't want to loosen those. You don't want to loosen those. So right here, these three. So looks like I gotta undo some shit here to get to that one. Might be able to weasel my way in there, but doesn't look like it. I think I gotta fuck around and probably just get a couple things out of the way here. So let's just do that. I'll get right back to you. Once those top head bolts are out, bitch will just drop right out of there. So once you got all your shit out, you want to put the new horseshoe in, put that in first, just let it rest out of the way. Same thing you did when you're moving. We're going to put the new strut in. It's going to fight me. Everything does. Just push the horseshoe into the bottom. Rest there for now. There we go. Reach around and get one of your nuts on top. Once you got a couple of nuts back on the top head area, you're going to want to put your lower bolt in. Now once we put this lower bolt in, we want to keep it. We don't want to tighten the nut all the way. We want to leave a little bit of a gap in between. 1 millimeter or so. I don't know, I do a bit more, just so it's not touching when the nut's on. And then once you lower the car down, you're going to have to go around and tighten those after. Lets everything settle. Now I want to take Big Red, bust out, put the jack underneath here, like a safe fucking spot, like right fucking there. Jack that up, which will help seat this properly right here. Just makes it easier to put the bolts back on where the top head is. Anyways, once you got that all good, put that fucker back in, tighten her down. Get your 2 brake line bolts back on, reattach that. Then you can lower the bitch down. That's the front, right on. Alright, we're gonna do the rear strut replacement on the 95 Honda Prelude. So, we got her jacked up. So basically, you want to take out... Ouch, fuck. Hard to see the bitch, but... I'll take out that guy right there. So it's a bolt with a nut on the end. And that will be your 17 mil, I believe. And you gotta pop the trunk, go through here, pull your liner out to get to the back of these, to get to the top. Shitty thing about the 4th gen is in the 5th gen Prelude, you can pop the seats down and get your fucking socket in through there. In this case, you gotta yank fucking half your interior out to get to these. So now I gotta use a wrench on there through the trunk. So you wanna do is undo this guy, undo this guy. That releases your sway bar. Okay. This side's a little shittier because you got this in the way, so you gotta move that to get your wrench in there. So yeah. A little bit more of a pain in the ass than on the 5th gen. But that's gonna release the sway bar here. So once you pop those bad boys out, 2 on each side, this comes down, you can swing it out of the way. Anyways, we'll get back at her. Okay, so once you take the sway arm nuts off, which are 17 millimeter, where the top hat area is. Now you're looking at this bad boy down here. Okay, got a 17 mil on that end. That's the bolt side. The other side is fucking, kind of see it there. That's the 19 mil. And I got my ratchet wrench, which kind of helps a little bit. But this is probably gonna fight me because it's rusted beyond fucking oblivion. And this is when shit fucking snaps. So hopefully, with the help of PV Blaster, that motherfucker will come out of there without too much of a battle. Anyways, get back at you. So it's fought me a bit. So what I had to do was take a big ass wrench, sleeve it over top on the ratchet, right like that. Hold on to this bad boy and gives you some leverage. Fucking A, got it. See, nice and easy. Don't want to fucking hammer on that shit, because you might bust the fucking bolt. So that's a little trick that comes in handy every now and again. Pow, got that bad boy out. Now what I said earlier, I just got that white mold on it. Oh, Jesus Lord. What I said earlier about having to put a wrench on the on this side, you don't need to do that. That was just me being dumb shit, because it's all built in there. So now what we're gonna do is take a rubber mallet and whack that fucking swing arm down from the trunk. So he's going fucking there. Whack that side, so just gonna have to hope and pray she comes out. Alright. Now I want to get this bitch out of here. She'll come, she'll come. So once you get this down, swing it out of the way, then you can pull this sumbitch down. Now that it's loose there, I believe you kind of tilt it to the left, and it should come right out. Alright, so I Once I got that blower bolt out, that was loose. Go back out through your trunk, undo the 2 nuts that hold your top hat in there. So, and then the fucking control arm swings out. You know, it's up in there like that. It comes down, swings out of your way. Okay. So, pull the old shock out. You gotta really press down hard here. Push that down really fucking hard, and it should wiggle out of there. And I kind of pulled it out to this way a bit. Came right out. So now we're going to put the new ones in. Wish me luck. Better take that out first. Try to reach over somehow, but I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to go into the trunk and pull the fucker up to get my nuts on it next, and then put everything back together again. Love your fucking uncle. Okay, so once you got the new shock in there with the top hat tightened down, your next step is to swing the sway bar back in. I had to push down on this motherfucker to get this to come back in. And now what I'm going to do is put that bolt back in, which lines up pretty nicely there. So I'm going to take a big red here and just jack it up a little bit right there as I'm putting the fucking swing arm back in. So you want to line it up with those holes up there, and then you want to slowly jack that up just to get it to fucking lock in nicely, and then put those nuts back on in the trunk. And then yeah, that's pretty much a fucking go after that. All right, so once I jacked up the fucking you can see that I was able to slowly feed these bad boys back in through here. Now I tighten those down, make sure those are tight. That's the rear fucking strut replacement. So this should drop the car a couple inches. So when you lower it back down, you got a body kit and shit like I do. You know, fucking the old my favorite front bumper for these cars is the Wings West big mouth bumper. Mounted a fucking I-beam on there. So I'm still working on fixing these headlights a little bit. One of them's a little dicked. So when I lowered it back down, I put a 2x4 underneath just to make sure I can get the jack out without fucking shit up. So yeah, I got the old snowflake wheels on there. Anyways, hopefully this has helped. I'm a bit of a bullshit artist, so have fun out there, kids. And we'll talk again soon on the next project once I blow the transmission. Right on. See you later. Now don't forget, I know I might have mentioned it earlier in the video, but once you lower the car down, the reason why we left that nut loose with the 1mm gap on the front struts at the bottom of the horseshoe. So leave that loose, lower the car down, take it for a little boot around the block to allow everything to settle. Then, you know, get under there, reach around the fucking tire and tighten that up once it's all lowered and shit. And then be on your merry fucking way. All right. Stay safe out there, kids, and have a good time.